Good evening and welcome to True Encounters. I'm your host, Marvin Allen. As always, I apologize for not uploading when I supposed to, but I promise that it's gonna get better and I'ma upload on time. So, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then do so. So without further ado, we'll get into this next encounter. Now, in this next encounter, this happened in West Virginia. Now, the lady who gave me this encounter said where she stay at, she's not that far from the train tracks, so she could see it from out her back. So, one day, she said she was sitting out back, it was dusk. It was just getting dark. So she's sitting out back and she's smoking a cigarette. So she said, while she was smoking a cigarette, oh, now mind you, she said the visibility was real good. She said, it was lights out back, where the train tracks at, so she could see, pretty good. So she said while she's sitting there and she's smoking a cigarette, she could hear this noise like something walking. Now, mind you, on the other side of these tracks, it's like a little small embankment, not a big embankment, like a little small embankment that you can go down. Because further down there, it's like a small creek, and then it's a wooded area. So she said while she sitting there smoking a cigarette, she said she could hear something. And when she hears something, she can hear something walking. Boom, boom, boom. And it's walking like it's like it's upright, like a person. But she said these was heavy steps. She said these was heavy steps. And they was loud because she could hear them all the way over on her back porch. So she said she's sitting there and she's looking in that direction. She said, so as she's looking in that direction, she said she could just see what's coming up that little small embankment. She said she could see something coming up. She said it was a dark figure. It was real dark, like black. She said, so this thing came up. And when it came up, it stopped right up there to where the tracks run at. It stopped right there. She said when it stopped right there, she said this thing just started sniffing the air. Put his head up and it started sniffing the air. She said this thing looked like a giant wolf. She said this thing had a huge head. It had the pointy ears, long arms with shoulders. It had the bent back legs. She said this thing did have a tail. Now, she said she been living down here all her life, and she said she never, ever saw nothing like this before. She said, so she watching this creature. She watching this creature as it's sniffing the air. She said, that's when this creature looked over in her direction. She said, and when that creature looked over in her direction, that's when it started to walk across the tracks. Boom, boom. And it goes over on the other side of the tracks. She said when it goes on the other side of the track, it took a few more steps and then it stopped. And when it stopped, she said this thing looking dead at her. She said this thing started to growl. It made a low, guttural growl. She said, but it was long, like a long guttural growl. But it was low. She said that thing just kept growling at her. She said, then this thing stopped. Now, mind you, she's still watching this creature because she didn't get up yet. Because she's scared. She don't know what this thing gonna do. She don't even know what it is. So she watching this creature. She said, then this creature starts to walk again. It takes a few more steps. And then it stopped. It stopped again. And then it started to growl again at her, like it's taunting her. Like it want to put fear in her. Like it want this woman to be scared of him. That's why this creature probably kept walking. So she said after this creature stopped growling at her, it did it again. Now mind you, now this creature getting close, she said. She said this creature took a few more steps and it stopped. She said this time when it stopped, she said she got up. She said she got up and she backed up towards her back door. She said when she backed up towards her back door, she said that's when this thing did a bluff charge. It did a bluff charge. Like it was going to run real fast, but it stopped. It stopped. She said, and when it stopped, she hurried up and opened that door and she went in the house. Now she said when she went in the house, it's a window. It's a window to the left where she can look out. So she said she goes to that window, she pulls that curtain back and she looked. She said that creature was still standing there. She said that's when this creature started to walk again. And this time when it walked all the way over to her house. And it stepped up on this lady porch. And when it stepped up on this lady porch, it started sniffing again. Then it walked over to her back door. She said then this creature did something that it shouldn't have no business doing. She said this creature started to turn the knob on her back door. She said she didn't know what to do. She said because she didn't know if this thing was going to get in the house or not. But she said she didn't make no noise. She didn't scream. She didn't holler. She said after that creature turned that knob and tried to get in, it walked over. It walked over to that window that she was peeping out of. She said, and when it was walking over, she said she could see the snout on this thing, how long it was, because she said that's the first thing she seen. Coming over to where she was looking out at the window, she saw that long snout. And then when it got, she saw that eye. She saw that eye. And she saw that eye just look right at her from the side view. She said then she shut the curtain real quick. She said, but she could still see the silhouette of this thing through the curtain. She said after about what seemed like 10, 15 minutes, but it wasn't that long, she said that creature turned and it went down them steps and she could hear it as it walked back over towards the tracks and down that little embankment, down there to where that little creek was and over there to where the woods was at. You know, that was her encounter. And I like I said, I like those small encounters because, you know, it don't have to be long. You know, I just like people to open up and tell me about their experience that they had with these cryptids, with these creatures that's out here. But as y'all know, I do have some more goat man encounters. So if y'all want to hear them, let me know and I will definitely upload some more of them along with Dougman. So I'm going to be in tomorrow because tomorrow is Sunday. I'm going to be in all day. So if you want to hear them, email me, let me know that y'all want to hear some Goat Man encounters along with more Doug Man encounters. And I will upload them tomorrow. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy that encounter. Good night.